Good evening, folks. Thought we'd do a little bit of a fun teardown this evening. Well, I think it's a bit of fun. You might not like it, but it is Tommy the Freshwater Trout from the makers of Big Mouth Billy Bass. And yeah, it's one of these animatronic fish that sings "Do a Diddy Diddy" and "Rock the Boat." And yeah, it, as it says here, moves its mouth to the words of the song as he turns and directly faces you, featuring synchromotion technology trademark. That sounds like something Jerry Anderson would have invented in the 70s or 60s. Yeah, so I thought we'd take a look at the item itself. Now, this came from my grandfather's house. He sadly passed away last year, and this was going to get thrown out, so I thought I'd take it and have a look at what's inside. I'm sure he didn't buy this himself. I think he definitely wouldn't have bought this himself. This would have been given to him by somebody in his shooting syndicate or one of his fishing friends, because he was really into his field sports and stuff like that. But he wouldn't have bought this for his house. I don't think anyway. Maybe he did. But yeah, let's crack on and see what it does. Oh dear.
There I was, just swimming in a lake, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. Found myself a one that I decided I should take, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. Look good, look fine, look good, look fine. Now I'm up in serving time. Next thing,
I think that's more than enough of that. Right, yeah. That's what it is. We've got this fake stone effect on the back and really pliable rubber fish trout. We've got a little LDR in there for acting as a motion sensor, and a little feels like one of those rubbery switches. On the back, when I got this, it had been left with the batteries in it, so of course the battery terminals are absolutely shot. Yeah, and it's got a little pop-out stand if you want to sit it on a shelf rather than hanging it on the wall. So we'll go ahead and take all the screws out and see what's inside. Now, of course, these are fairly cheap, I think, to buy. So I think we're not going to have any sort of fancy stepper motors or anything like that. It's just going to be standard DC motors, I would have thought, with sort of plastic gearing. We've got that little LDR in there for the motion sensor, so obviously there'll be some sort of electronics to control that and, get it to go off when you walk past. And we'll probably have a chip on board with the what do you call it? The music, the sound files. In saying that, they're quite long sound files, and probably in total there's probably about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of music between the two songs. It might be maybe an actual proper memory chip. So, okay, so that's our 6 screws out. And let's lift the cover. Okay, so, right, we have got, in fact, we'll take this board off first and see what we've got under here. But just on first inspection, we've obviously got the speaker, the battery compartment switch, DC jack, that's our little button, and LDR. We've got, like I said, a standard DC motor there. And that looks like it's controlling both the head and the tail of the fish. There is a couple of wires going up to the mouth, so... Okay, alright, no, I was mistaken. Yeah, we've got, I'll just zoom in if I can. There we go. Yeah, we've got one of these little, we see them all the time on AliExpress, one of these little sound chip on board, on this little daughter board that's soldered directly into a slot on the board. Yeah, a couple of transistors. Oh, in fact, they could be... Yeah, they're transistors, yeah. Yeah, a couple of transistors. What else have we got? Yeah, just a few caps resistors, and that's all she wrote, really. There's not a lot of electronics on there at all. Just that sound chip's the only sort of semiconductor that's on there. Or IC, I should say. Okay, I don't know if I really want to take this apart completely. Well, we might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. You can see somebody's tightened it up maybe a little bit too much there, because that frame's cracked. And we can see from here that obviously the other side of the trout, the latex is just pulled in and then hooked over these pegs. So presumably these just lift off, yep. Now, I had always thought or intended to use this, possibly repurpose it and make it into a project, and I actually saw something online the other day. I didn't actually pay it much attention, but essentially somebody has used this as like one of these type of units to announce tweets. I think it was connected to Raspberry Pi. Like I said, I never paid too much attention to it, but yeah, it's quite cool actually. You know, when the Raspberry Pi, when it detects a tweet's been sent, it uses speech synthesis and reads it out, and obviously the fish sort of reads it out, which is quite weird. Okay, doke. So I'm just trying to pull this latex sort of rubber through. I think it's latex, without damaging it too much. And then we've lost half that plastic there. Right, here we go. Nearly there. It doesn't feel like the rubber's actually attached. I think I can just stretch it and pull it off. Yep. There we go. And there is a stud type eyes in here, which appear to just pull out. Can't seem to get that one off, but I imagine we'll be able to stretch the rubber over the top. In fact, I'm not going to take this all off. It's clearly just another DC motor there, and that's geared to operate the mouth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know it's not particularly interesting in terms of electronics, but yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to see how easy it would be to implement this into something else. And I don't think it would be that difficult, because ultimately all you need to do is chop these wires off. You've got 4 wires for your two DC motors, and then obviously control them off. I suppose you could use an Arduino if you wanted, or similar like Raspberry Pi. And there's plenty of space in here that you could mount a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino or something like that in there, and then just run it. As the project you want to do, be it for reading out tweets, be it for whatever project you can think for this. If you have got any ideas, please drop them in the comments, and yeah, we'll have a look at them and see what we think. Anyway, guys, hope you found that interesting. If you did, as always, please like and subscribe. And again, just a final reminder, that's, I think, at the point of this, I'm just over 10 subscribers needed for this prize draw, so the package is all made up and ready to go. So if you've not seen it, go to the competition time video uploaded about a week ago, read the instructions, put your comment in that video, and I think there's only about 8 or 10 people have entered so far, but that's pretty good odds for winning. So yeah, stick your name down, and if you get drawn out, I will send you a little package with little bits of electronic bits and bobs and such like. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Until next time, take care and all the best.